We're about to resume our trip from Chillicothe, Ohio. We're going to end the day actually in West Virginia, in Parkersburg, West Virginia. But for this video, we're going to end kind of crossing the river before we get to Parkersburg. So this is going to be, the most rural part of the state for the most part. There's north of here is very rural, but you'd say like the southeast part of Ohio is the most rural. So I've never driven this way out to Southeast Ohio, so it should be a lot of fun. Let's see what we can find. Starting in Chillicothe as we head east on 50. There are a couple of dots on the map, but there's really not much. Even when we get to some of those dots, you'll see there's not a whole lot there until we get to Allensville, which does have a small community. We'll start to find a few more communities here. MacArthur is a nice little town, and then over to Albany. Right here where it says Boland's Mills, if you watched my video previously about Moonville, the ghost town in Moonville, that's the road I took to go up there, a little side trip, so some really beautiful and interesting areas there. Pretty quickly we get over to Athens, which is going to be our biggest city through this part of US 50. Then as we head towards the end of our day, a couple of very interestingly named towns that are cool in some aspects. And then here over on this side of the page, as we go into Parkersburg, that's West Virginia right there, you can see right there where it says Ohio, West Virginia, US 50 actually goes south into West Virginia right there. You can see where the 50 is right there under where it says Martown. But we're going to go on through the town of Belpre because that's where US 50 used to go. That was the original route of US 50. So we'll take that older version. We'll come back and do this newer version of 50 once we get to West Virginia. Well, a couple days ago, we started our trip in Ohio, going through Indiana to cross the Ohio River to Cincinnati area, and that was obviously the Ohio River. And at the end of 50 over here in Belpre, this is also the Ohio River. It runs along the southern part of the state. Now today's version of 50 kind of goes south of Belpre and bypasses the town, but the bridge I'm standing under right now, I'm guessing it was probably original 50 or there's a couple different bridges along Belpre here. And so I imagine one of these was the original 50 because 50 would have been connecting these towns. So we're gonna go over this bridge and give you some good views of the Ohio River. And Ohio's been awesome. My home state for 30 years. Grew up here, went to college here, coached here for a while. So I'm gonna be sad but excited for our next state of West Virginia. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of that video. And now that you're here, let me tell you a little bit about some of the extras that we have on the channel. One of the things you can do is you can become a member. There's 3 levels. There's the supporter level, there's the producer level, and the executive producer level. And all 3 levels have different perks, and as you are more supportive financially, there's more perks. We have extra videos every week and a lot of fun stuff going on in the member section. If you haven't done so, make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com. We've got lots of extra stuff on there, and one of the things is merchandise. You can get you Travel with a Wise Guy t-shirt. We have Death Go Round t-shirts. We have some coffee mugs, different things that are a lot of fun, and people seem to have enjoyed. Good quality there. Also on the website, you can do things like check out the Google map. I have a pin dropped in every place I've done videos about, then a link to the video so you can look at the map, and maybe there's somewhere where you live or somewhere you want to go. You can check out that map, and it seemed to be a very popular thing. You can sign up for my newsletter. I do that about every 3 weeks. It's totally free. And there's also all kinds of other links and tidbits in there, old videos, podcasts, just everything I could think of I throw on the website. So make sure you check out travelwithawiseguy.com.